Hey guys, Metal Breakdown here for another album review, third one in 2 days. Yeah, it's a lot, so after that I'll take a small break for a while for album reviews. But yeah, anyway, I'm still doing the album review of Firepower by Judas Priest today, even if probably no one cares since the album was released 3 days ago, 4 days ago even, so... Yeah, anyway, I still hope that a few people will watch it because I worked hard on that one and took really a lot of times to truly understand and listen a few times to each and every song on this album. I'm pretty sure you get that. So, yeah, let's talk about this brand new album by Judas Priest. Can they still deliver after 18 studio albums? Yeah, it's a lot. They've been doing that since 1974, which is 22 years before I was even born. So, yeah, it's been a fucking while, but let's see, is Firepower good or not? We'll find out. First of all, even though most of Judas Priest members are approaching their 70s, they're still killing it like in the 80s. It's incredible. So, first of all, I compared it with Redeemer of Souls, which was praised so much by the critique, and I also loved it. But a lot of people were complaining about the production. So, does Firepower suffer from the same production problem? Definitely not. And only for the song, is it as good? I would say it's even better. So, if you were praising Redeemer of Souls, yeah, Firepower is different. Sounds more like classic Judas Priest in my opinion, but it's even better, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree on that. Wow! And to compare it with all the Judas Priest album that came out before, I would say that Firepower is the best album since Painkiller that came out 28 years ago in 1990. So yeah, it's that fucking good, guys. Trust me, if you haven't listened to this album, you need to stop everything that you're doing now and blast the fuck out of this album. It's that impressive, I assure you. And by the way, Painkiller was my favorite album in the entire Priest discography, so it's not a small thing that I'm saying that it's the best album since 1990. And yeah, that's pretty much what I think in general of this brand new album. I made a top 5 for you guys, so I'll talk about that right now. But before, I just want to give you some honorable mention. So for the honorable mention, I'm going with Never the Heroes. If you saw my reaction, I really love this song. I'm sad that I was not able to put it in the top 5, but yeah, it's sad because it's a really great one. Also, I would put Necromancer and Sea of Red, which is a fucking incredible ending track. It's really slow compared to the entire album, but it's so good and I love the vibe of that one. So, oh, and one more thing before I go with the top 5, I was impressed because there's a lot of long songs on the album, and 14 songs is a lot. Usually when bands put that many tracks in the album, I'm like, oh, it's a bit too much, and some of them could have been removed and the album would be like stronger, but it's not the case here. I appreciate each and every song on the album, and I would not even remove one fucking song out of it. So that's how much I love this new Priest album. And now with the top 5, in the 5th position, I went with the title track, Firepower. At first I thought it would not be in my top 5, and I tried to convince myself to put another song, but I simply can't. As soon as the riff kicks in, you can only love it, and it might also be the fastest Priest song ever, which is really impressive. The chorus will stay in your head for days, and that's probably why it made my top 5, because I just cannot get over this song. The solo is beyond insane, and you cannot get enough of it. After that, in the the fourth, not the fourth. I went with Spectre. This is a brand new single that was just released, and they even have a music video for it. But I heard it for the first time while listening to the album in its entirety for the first time. So I didn't watch the music video yet. I'll probably do that after this video. I'm sure it's pretty good if it's like the song. The guitars are so good in that one. We can understand that Glenn Tipton and Richie Faulkner are enough to deliver on the guitar. I loved KK Downing work, but these two can really do a great job. Obviously, Glenn Tipton won't tour with the band anymore due to his Parkinson disease, but I truly hope he will stay well, because it's an awful disease. But at least if he can still do more Priest album, that would be insane. If Priest decide to do another record, because yeah, they're getting old, but at the same time they're killing it. So yeah, I think we could expect another album, not now, but maybe in like 4 years. I think this is really a good possibility. They can make it for sure. And talking about the guitar, hands down, my favorite solo on this album is in Spectre. It is simply out of this world. Now, entering the top 3, I went with Guardians and Rising from Ruins. Guardian is one of the greatest intro I've heard. It's pretty short, but the piano is simply beautiful, and the very beginning reminds me a bit of this song from the very first album by Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, don't throw stones at me. I'm not saying that Priest copied Avenged Sevenfold. It's just kind of similar vibe, that's all. But it sounds nothing like the A7X song, so yeah, don't get mad, guys. As soon as we hear the guitar when Rising starts, we know that this one will be astonishing. Probably one of the slowest songs on the album, with Never the Heroes and Sea of Red, but it works so well, and once again, its chorus is beautiful. Also, for a 4 minute and 23 second song, or 6 minute 29 if you count Guardians, it passes by so fast. That's the proof that they did something great there. Oh god, I have so many problems with my English tonight, so sorry guys. And now, in the second position, I went with Evil Never Dies. I thought that since they didn't pick it as a single, and because it's right between Firepower and Lightning Strike, it would be kind of a weaker one, but it's not the case at all. One of the best songs on the album, mainly because of the main riff, which is so damn catchy with super good drums. The strongest point of the song is probably the chorus, which I love, and Rob delivers another insane performance on the vocals. Like, all of this was not enough. We have a super cool solo. I'm also a huge fan of the slow part after the solo. It's like one of the best build-up I've ever heard. Rob is also able to reach incredible high notes before the last chorus. Am I still living in the 80s or what? What the fuck? Just re-listen to that track if you don't remember. It's like, whoa! Okay, I cannot sing, so that was probably the worst thing you ever heard. You probably already clicked away from the video, because yeah, that was probably terrible. But re-listen to that track and you'll be blown away, as simple as that. And for my favorite song on the album, I went with Lightning Strike. This was our first taste from the new album Firepower, and it might seem sad that the first single is on the top of my list and nothing else on the album was able to top it. But it's not sad, because you have to understand how much I love this song. For me, this song is as good as classics such as Painkiller, Breaking the Law, or Heading Out to the Highway, to only name a few. But it's that good. Yeah, I'm not even kidding, guys. And it has everything I want in a Priest song, so great fucking job. Rob Halford is approaching his 70s and still has that incredible voice, powerful as ever. If it continues like this, it'll be like 90 and still killing it, being the metal god, so fuck yeah. So that was that were my thoughts on the new album by Judas Priest. I don't know why I pushed back my mic again. I did that in the video yesterday, and I feel that the song is crappy, so I don't know why I'm doing that now. So stay there, Mike. I need you. But yeah, it was a fucking crazy album. It would be interesting if you guys could tell me if you loved that album. Was it better than Redeemer of Soul? Which songs are your favorite? Because I didn't watch any review, never read anything about favorite tracks on this album. So it would be really interesting if you guys can tell me like what you think and which are your favorites. Also, I'll put the reaction I did for all the 3 first single at the end of this video. That way you'll be able to watch that right away. And make sure to subscribe, guys, if you're new here. That would be wonderful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.